Lauren, and I'm a junior in biomedical engineering. To go over what biomedical engineering is, it's the kind of Department of Engineering that focuses on human health, safety, healthcare, all levels, just trying to make it better financially and socially. You'll take like your engineering skills and apply it to problems using biology, chemistry, medicine, physics, and of course, engineering. What you can do after college, you can really do a whole lot of things. It's a really broad major, even though it is biomedical engineering. But as you can see, you can go into devices, imaging, mechanics, take prosthetics. You can go into research, do cancer research, do tissue engineering, cardiovascular, nano medicine. It's really really broad. But since you have a lot of options, you're kind of just never bored. You're always learning something new. I really enjoy it. Companies that you can end up working for would be like Johnson and Johnson, GE Healthcare. You ever heard of Stryker, Plexus? Just everything. Like if you go into a hospital, everything you see there is pretty much made by a biomedical engineer. From the beds that you lay on into the surgical equipment that the surgeons are using. All are made by a biomedical engineer. Some things you can do with biomedical engineering outside of like the courses, you can be on design teams. So there's bioactivity, and I'm in QL plus. So I can speak for QL plus. We are making a hand right now for a 13-year-old boy, which is really cool. You're getting involved in prosthetics, and it's not only design, but it's also like the coding aspect too. So you can really do a lot with that. And then I also do research, which is something that any biomedical engineer can do, or just any engineer in general. I'm involved in cancer research in a beam lab, which has been really exciting. And it's good to know that undergraduates can get involved in something like that. It kind of seems scary, especially like cancer research or any research in general. Like, how can you get involved in that? But it's really easy to get involved in, and you learn a lot, and just skills that you can apply into, an industry setting as well. From so like in our classes, we learn actually like what it is, what you do in research, especially with like cell culturing and cell tissue engineering. You have a whole lab dedicated to that. I'm taking that right now actually. And then before you would go like kind of more nitpicky into the biomedical aspect of engineering, you would take some classes before like your sophomore year. So that's more of your like foundation classes that even like a mechanical engineer would take. So you're going to take dynamics, you'll take deforms, you end up taking fluids, and you have to take obviously different diffie-q and all the calcs. But after you get through that, you'll definitely get more into like what biomedical engineering is. You'll take more of your biology classes. You can take electives. So you can take 3 tech electives and 4 BME tech electives. So your tech electives differ from your BME electives because you can take any electives from like kind of anywhere, not just engineering and not just biomedical engineering. You'll have a list obviously that you can pick out of, but they're all somehow related to biology and just engineering in general. Some examples can be like biomaterials, that's an MSc class, or you can take like robotics, which is an ME class. I'm taking an epidemiology class, which is HNFE. So there's a lot you can choose from. As for the BME electives, those would be like your intro to biomechanics or your biomedical imaging and devices. So those are more like kind of focuses on what you would do after college, which I think will be helpful. I haven't taken those yet, so I can't really speak about those, but I'm excited to take those. Other than that, I really enjoy biomedical engineering. It's a new major, yeah, but they definitely prepared you a lot. They do have Tech has a really well graduate program for biomedical engineering, and that's why, being involved in the first class may sound scary, but it actually has been really, really nice. The faculty has been great. Everyone's been really helpful. So yeah, I think you'll be well prepared. Any other questions about it?
Can you go over the application for the process for applying into biomedical since it's different?
Yeah. So I know that, usually it's the 3.0 is like the general, you'll get into your engineering discipline that you want to, but for biomedical engineer, it is different because it's new. So I don't know if they changed the process at all, but for me, it was an application. I had to write about like 2 essays and obviously show like my resume, I'm pretty sure, and my transcript. And then after that round, they'll decide who can come in for interviews. And then it was like a small, quick interview process, just kind of like why you wanted to be in biomedical engineering and like what skills maybe you had that would make you good at this major. And then after that, they just picked you. So it was just kind of a regular application process that you would do, like even for a college. It wasn't that bad. For I know they're each year they've been adding more students to the major, so I know this past class must have been, I think, 60 or 80. I'm not completely sure. I don't want to say something, but my class is 40, and I think they're going up by like 20 or doubling it each way. So they might have more. I'm pretty sure after 4 years, it's going to be the normal. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but that's what I was told.
Do most students go straight into the workforce or go into graduate school?
My class is the first, so I don't know what everyone's going to do, but I know that a lot of people are interested in graduate school. It's something I'm still debating. I don't know if I want to do it or not, but either way, whatever you choose, there's definitely opportunities in each area. I know, like in industry, biomedical engineering has been, really like a skyrocketing area that a lot of companies are looking for. A lot of new companies have just like obtained healthcare areas, so it's a good place right now to get a job. It's you're not gonna like be like too competitive, I feel like. But for graduate school, there's a lot of schools, tech including, that have great graduate programs, and the biomedical engineering department has actually helped us a lot. They've already sent us a lot of things about fairs and like how to apply, and if you want a mentor to help you apply. And yeah, it just depends on what you're interested in. If you want to do the other schooling, if you want to do the research, it's kind of what you want to do. So
If I went to work with prosthetics, what would you recommend, BME or ME?
So I chose BME because I actually wanted to do prosthetics. Originally, I changed my mind, but that's what I wanted to do, and I came in because I think you basically learn a lot, like very similar to what Mechis learn, especially your sophomore year. Some of my friends have taken the exact same classes as them, and they're in mechanical engineering. So I think by becoming a biomedical engineer and going through the prosthetic route, you'll have more of the biology aspect and kind of how to apply that, and you'll learn more about the devices. Like you could take the minor if you want, but I think you just have more of a focus in that area, and you can get involved with, as I said, like design teams that are involved with prosthetics and just a lot of things. I can't tell you, which is better, but I do know that it's more of a focus if you go into the biomedical aspect. You'll have more of a bio background.
Why did you decide to go into this major?
I decided to go into this major because, as I said, I wanted to do prosthetics, and then I did change my mind, but I've always been, into helping people, into doing medicine. I even wanted to be a doctor at a point, and I knew I obviously wouldn't do that, but being an engineer, I thought that biomedical engineering is the best way to really help people, especially in a healthcare setting. And yeah, I chose it because that's what I like to do. I like to help people in healthcare. So yeah.
What minors pair well with this major?
You can really minor in anything like the other majors. There's no like specific minor that people usually do. It's actually even easy to go minor in something that's not even in the engineering department. I'm minoring in a business minor right now, so it's really easy to minor in kind of anything. You do have like a lot of space. A lot of the semesters are planned out so that you're not packed with just engineering classes. So you do have time to do a minor that's not in engineering, or you can do one in engineering, but you can do anything you want, really.
What do co-ops and internships look like for this major?
So for me, I've been applying to a lot of internships lately and co-ops, but when you apply, sometimes they don't have like specific biomedical internship opportunities, but you could be, like a quality engineer intern or even like a systems engineer intern. A lot of them are looking for, biomedical engineers within their healthcare departments. That's why. So you'll be doing like something even really similar to a mechanical engineer, but you're focusing it on that healthcare aspect. For me, I've been applying to places like I said before, like Plexus and kind of like Baxter, which are just surgical and medical device companies. Kind of even like some consumer products that you see every day, like your toothpaste, like those are biomedical engineer companies that are looking for students to help them with. So
What type of workload is involved with this major?
I'd say that just like every other engineering major, it is challenging, especially in your sophomore years. That's where I found I had the most difficulty, especially managing my time with all of those classes, because you're taking your kind of like basic engineering classes that are a little bit more difficult than what you took your first year. So that was definitely something you have to learn to manage and you have to learn to study and really focus on your work. But I have to say that now I feel like my work has lessened, but it's more kind of advanced work too. Like you have to take bio your sophomore year, your freshman year, but now you're taking medical physiology, which is, kind of just another step up. So you have that background that you learned it. You're just going to have to, you do use a lot of what you learned. Like you don't learn something 1 year and forget about it. Like you're going to have to keep growing on what you learned. So I would say the workload, it dies down a little bit because you just know a bit more. But it's definitely not unmanageable. You're able to do anything else. Like you can join a lot of clubs too. And do outside organizations. It's not going to take up all your time, but as with any engineering, it's a challenging course load, of course. But as long as you learn how to study and manage time, you'll be fine.
Do you have anything else to add for this major? Any plugs you'd like to make?
I guess I just say again, like the faculty is really, really great. They really help you a lot with especially finding research opportunities or like intern opportunities. They always like email you about, anything coming up, any possible opportunity that you can be given to help you. You're definitely in the know about it. I have to say, I never thought I would be involved with, cancer research, and here I am like working on breast cancer right now. So it's a major that is really really awesome because you get to see its impact like on the real world, as with every major, but you get to help people like with their health, which is something different, and it's like rewarding experience. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lauren, for participating today and letting us know about biomedical.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.